Hey there, Shauna here. So it's Tuesday night again, or Tuesday after evening, is it? I'm in the car. I'm waiting on my son to come out of football practice. So I thought that I would come to you live at a new time this evening at 5 and unannounced. So I'm sure most of you will catch this on the replay. And please comment and let me know that you've got it, and let me know if it means anything to you on the replay. So welcome to my car. I think I've arrived if I've done a car live. This is the first car live that I've done. It's been done out of necessity, so hopefully it's alright. Hopefully the lighting and the sound and all of that's good. Hi Shauna Bray, how are you? Welcome to my car, Shauna. So this Lessons from Sessions from my car is about you being more than your thoughts, you being more than your feelings, and particularly the negative ones. That you are more than that negative voice, you are more than those negative feelings, you are more than that negative experience. And what I want you to do is one small exercise that will show you that. But firstly, let me explain what I mean. I see this time and time again in sessions, which is why I'm bringing this. You are more than your thoughts and more than your feelings. What happens is people experience negative thoughts, negative feelings on a continuous basis over a long period of time. And those thoughts, those negative thoughts and those negative feelings, what happens to those is that they lean into negative experiences. And what happens then is people believe that that is who they are, that is what they are. And if you're watching this in the replay or watching it live, let me know if that makes any sense to you. This is who I am. This is the person that I am. I am this anxious person. I am this hurt person. I am this hurtful person. I am this difficult person. I am this wounded person. And that becomes the rhetoric in which and what they believe about themselves. So people use their thoughts and feelings against themselves and call themselves and say that this is my personality, this is who I am. Now, I have experienced that myself. I have experienced using my own thoughts and feelings against myself. You know, calling myself weak, calling myself awful, feeling that I've had these thoughts, it must mean that I'm mad, it must mean that I'm bad. And that's who I'm speaking to tonight. I'm speaking to those people who are caught in that negative spiral of thoughts and feelings, that believe that that is who they are. And the first thing that I want to say is that when you believe that this is who you are, when you believe that this is your personality, there's a huge loss of hope there, because it feels like you can't get out. It feels like there's no way out. It feels like there's no return from this being. And there's an acceptance nearly that this is who you are and how you're going to be for the rest of your days. And what I want to show you today is how that's not true. What I want to show you is that you are more than your feelings, that you are more than your thoughts, that you are more than the experiences that you've been having. And I want to show you why and how. You see, because we have a real self. And that real self is why we're in pain. The real self isn't the wounded self. The wounded self is the negative thoughts, the negative feelings, the negative experiences. And that's the wounded part of you, but it's not the real part of you. And what happens is, because we're so wounded and we're wounded for so long, that we get caught in that story of being the wounded person and believing that that's us. But there's a real self underneath that. And here's a wee exercise that I would like you to do. So I'm sure that you know what your wounded self is. Hi Rosie, hi Michelle, hi Maureen, hi Michelle. So I'm sure you know what your wounded self is, in that you know what negative thoughts you have, you know what negative feelings you have, and you know what negative experiences that they create for you. And this is one thing that I do with clients on it the entire time, and it's the one thing that actually set me free from myself, from my own story about how bad or mad that I was. You have these thoughts and that you have these feelings. And here's what I would ask you to ask yourself. If you were without that thought, if that thought was not true, the thought itself, where would the feeling be? And the answer is always, there would be no feeling without the thought. So then what you have to ask yourself is, if that thought is gone, then that feeling is gone, then where am I and who am I and what am I going to do, or who am I at my core? And then the real self comes out to play. Let me explain that. So I had this deep, difficult, dark feeling that there was not enough in this world for me. And that deep, dark feeling would keep me arrested at thought level and feeling level. And it would make me lethargic and not want to do anything and not want to be anywhere. I was afraid that those thoughts and feelings were me. They were my personality. They were my way of being. But when I asked myself that question, if I didn't believe that thought, if I didn't believe the thoughts that I was having, if I didn't have the experience in childhood that taught me that thought, would I have that thought? The answer was no, I wouldn't. So if I didn't have the experience in childhood that created the thought, and if I didn't have the thought, then I wouldn't have the feeling, then what would my real self be? And it would be the real self that is abundant in life and that is excited about, it's really, really excited about possibilities and future and has so much to give and so much to do, and I wouldn't be lethargic and I wouldn't be lying in my bed and I wouldn't be worried about the future and I wouldn't be seeing this as me and that nobody would want to be around me, and I would be free from all of that, and then my real self would be available to this world in a really loving way. And I hope that makes sense. So what I want you to ask is, if the experience that created your thoughts didn't happen, would you have the thoughts? The answer is no. If the thought that you had didn't create the feelings, would you behave in the way that you do, which is whatever the behaviour that comes from the feelings are? The answer is no. So if you were free from all of that, who would you be? What would you be doing? And there is the real self. So do that wee tiny exercise, see how you get on, and set yourself, or begin to separate yourself from the wounded self. Begin to separate the real you from the wounded you, which is just the old negative beliefs, patterns and thoughts and feelings that you're carrying. Hopefully this is of some help to you. Sorry about the shaky hand, I'm in the car. So hopefully if this is of some help to you. Hopefully you can begin to separate out from your real self. Yes, Shauna, you start to live your best life. You know that. You've done this work. You start to live in your authenticness. You start to live in your real self. You start to live in this place that is aligned with who you naturally are, and all your choices and all your decisions grow from that. So try that. See how you get on. Let me know. Drop in the comments below. I'll keep an eye on the feed tonight, and let me know how you get on with that. So bye for now. I'm going to go and collect my son, and I'm going to go home and have a nice dinner. So hope you are all well, and thanks for watching the live and watching the replay. Chat to you all soon.